Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Recently, I was staying with a friend and I was upstairs having my early morning coffee, looking down into the neighbor's garden, which was beautiful. It was full of roses and many other flowers that were in bloom. And in the midst of all of these bushes and shrubs, I saw this big ginger cat. And he was very interested in something that was in the rose garden. And as I looked closely, I realized he was playing with a snake. And the snake began to strike back at the cat, and the cat began to retreat, and the snake began to follow. So I didn't know what sort of snake it was. I called the gardener, and he came across, and he dispatched with the snake and saved the cat. Snakes, generally speaking, in Africa are dangerous, and there's a creature that cannot be trusted. So it reminded me in Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, when we read of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, where the serpent, the enemy, Satan, who was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made, he came and he beguiled Adam and Eve. He lied to them, he deceived them, and he robbed them of the life that God had promised them. In the same way, the enemy comes to us and he robs and tries to deceive us. So we always need to be careful. You know, there are some countries that I've been to. You can go out into the bush or the fields, the open fields, and you can walk amongst the grass and the fallen trees and so on. If you want to camp and you gather firewood, you just pick up the firewood. You don't even give a thought, because there are no dangerous snakes in that vicinity. Other countries, you wouldn't dream of it, because there are deadly snakes that hide in grass, hide under the wood of the forests and the trees and so on. So you need to walk wisely. And it just reminds me that in this world, we need to walk wisely. See, Jesus defeated the enemy on the cross. We read in Colossians 2 verse 15 that he disarmed the principalities and powers. But the greatest and the strongest weapon that Satan has, the only weapon in fact he has, is he is a deceiver. He is a liar. And he will come to us and bring condemnation. He will bring guilt. He will drop seeds of thought into our mind about people, about ourselves, negative seeds, fearful seeds. We need to be careful of the wiles of Satan. We need to treat Satan as that crafty, beguiling serpent with utmost caution, not giving our ears the time to listen to his words, not giving our minds the time to even think of his words. So let's be careful of the serpent. Let's be careful of the snake in the world today. Let's guard our hearts, keep ourselves right and pure before God. May the Lord help us.